It's like getting some things done with my other life, but we are ready to get going. So let's introduce our teams. Here for Hershey High School, on the Radiant side, it's going to be triple threat, 3331 playing the Witch. We're going to have an OD handled by Tander123, trademarked. Got to trademark those things. I probably am going to have to pay someone for saying that now. Gaming Mantis will be playing the Slardar. We've got a Nyx, going to be handled by Rollstar49. And finally, our Pudge on the chocolate bar team is going to be Retro Wraith, and they're all going to smoke up right now. Now here for Coral Reef, getting a little bit slower out of the base, is going to be a Viper, handled by Phantom. Looks to be going over to mid. We're going to have, I guess it's an offlane Phoenix going to be played by Froster. Let's see if anybody gets some kind of vision. So the smoke is going to break. Yeah, Disruptor's going to see the Pudge and Slardar on the low ground, which is still smoked up. Let's see if Pudge is able to get a smoke here. Disruptor will be handled by IM. We've got a Wraith King. He's got that stout shield already, and he's going to be handled by Kenji9000. And finally, the Naga Siren. Well, I guess she's going to be offlaning right now. Going to be Zamo141.
The battle
So,
begins.
Retro Wraith was hanging out, trying to find the hook over at top, but well, no one from Coral Reef really wants to show up, so they let both runes go over to Hershey High School. So looks like their chocolate bars are already paying dividends as we make it into the earlier part of this game. And Retro Wraith, he's going to make this lane a little bit more difficult for Phantom, who's always going to have to be thinking about the early hooks. Now, he's very far away. He's leveled up the Nether Toxin first, so he's going to be able to last hit pretty well, but the Pudge is creating so much space for Tander. I mean, Viper really doesn't want to get close to this at all, and I mean, I guess I can see why you don't really want to get hooked by a Pudge, but in this situation, you can kind of play with the vision a little bit. Unfortunately, he doesn't see a whole lot, but he does see a lot of the high ground because his creeps are up there right now. So I would definitely like to see him get a little bit more aggressive in terms of CS. I mean, he's got a lot of creeps here just to block out the lane. If the hooks come from this direction, you can just use a creep to block it, and then Pudge is going to have a little creep over there to try to kill. And he's not going to be happy about that. But well, if we talk about the other lanes here, Lifestealer at bottom up against the Naga Siren and Phoenix. These are some very interesting lanes. Double Stout Shield built up on the off lane here for Coral Reef. And at top, it's going to be a Slardar playing up against Wraith King and Disruptor. So the old dual lane setup for Coral Reef. A lot of teams are going to be a lot more comfortable with this. I guess it's a bit of a non-traditional dual lane setup then at mid with Pudge helping out the OD. Viper still has yet to get a last hit. Maybe someone should let him know that... Oh, there he is. There he got a last hit. Nice job, man. Nice job. I mean, if you're going to level Nether Toxin, you may as well get a last hit, right? That's generally what that's going to help you out with. Retro Wraith comes in here from the side. That's going to be the open wounds. I think the Naga-san, okay, she's gone for the mirror image, but they do know exactly which one is the correct Naga right now. They look for the hook, but they just get the Nyx. They need to communicate a little bit better on that, but Naga-san will indeed be the first blood at bottom. They're still trying to chase her down. She's still living, but she's basically got no escape plan, no exit strategy, and they easily take her down at bottom. And rotate the Disruptor over to mid. They say that since the Pudge was there for the first bit of the game, we're going to put the Disruptor here now to make it so that the OD is going to have a little bit more of a tough time. But OD's already had a pretty good start, and Viper, he's just playing the catch-up game right now. And I would know all about catch-up because I am from Pittsburgh, where the Heinz Company is. We're big on that right now. So Disruptor just puts a little bit of harass on the OD, and Viper's going to get into it as well. But now the Pudge is invis, and... yeah, Coral Reef know nothing about this. This could be a very good opportunity for Hershey High School.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, they should be able to get this off, but well, the Pudge staying a little bit away from the Sentry Ward. He could get caught out right now, and the Viper, I think he actually does see it. Yeah, he knows that the Pudge is there. He knows that he's invisible. OD just smacks the Viper with a hammer over the head once. Makes him a little bit stupider, but it's really not going to do a whole lot, and Phantom's just being very careful right now. Over bottom, a little bit of damage to the Lifestealer. He's not got enough mana for a Rage, and the Disruptor's here to help things out. The Lifestealer just goes down. That's what a lack of mana management will do to you. Disruptor gets a nice little glimpse back on the Lich, but that's as far as that one will go. So they get a nice kill at bottom, and I'm still trying to figure out, I guess Naga has the farm priority right now. Disruptor just putting out all those sentry wards. But Nyx has made his way back here, and hopefully he's not going to die again. Needs to keep that mana up. At least manage it a little bit better. A little bit of a man fight at mid. OD taking a bit of damage from the Viper and the creep, so he'll just pop the illusion rune and just make his way away. Phantom pops the healing salve. Makes him feel a little bit better. Disruptor did end up going down over a top. Pudge ended up hitting the hook for that one, so it will be a pretty easy kill. Yeah, I'm sure that was pretty easy one for Hershey to get. The key is really just to hit the hook, and Retro Wraith is looking for another one. But the Wraith King is nearly level 6. Phoenix doing a little bit of work at bottom, throwing out the Fire Spirits, decreasing that attack speed. Lifestealer moving up. We'll get the deny off. He's doing pretty well in CS, and in general, Hershey High School, they are looking a little bit better mechanically right now. Wraith King is like half the CS of the OD at mid. A little bit behind the Lifestealer, but still, at this point, you really want your safe laner to be doing a little bit better. I don't think that Sparta's been putting a whole lot of pressure onto that lane. Now the Slardar, he's stuck in the Kinetic Field. He's trying to man fight out of this one. He's actually got a lot of damage on the Wraith King. He's going to try to TP away. Wraith King did... Oh, that was a glimpse. Okay. I was like, the Wraith King doesn't have enough mana for a stun, but the Disruptor does have a glimpse. So they end up taking one down at top. A little bit of payback for when Pudge decides to rotate over. Will he be able to get the hook off here? Not sure how much the Dire know about this one. He's still looking for it. Retro Wraith just hanging out there. They are apparently making things a little bit more difficult for his hooks, and they still don't really see him. They're just checking. They probably had some idea that the Pudge was in those trees. So Viper's going for an early phase boots. He's still at just 12 CS. I mean, I would definitely expect the Viper to dominate the lane a little bit better. He got very scared at the beginning of the game, and he's definitely paying for it right now. I think that the Viper Strike will definitely be doing some work later in the game, but I mean, if your Viper is just not really wanting to get into the thick of things and he doesn't want to put out damage, I don't think you're going to be having too much of a good game. Lifestealer takes a bit of damage, goes into the Rage. We've got a bit of a man fight. Kenji going right for the Pudge, and they're trying to take him down. Wraith King without a okay, his reincarnation already went down. So they do get that one in. A rotation by the OD also secures the kill on the Naga at bottom. Just a very casual rotation. Has 15 up in the intelligence steal right now. Interesting build, 3-1-1. I guess he really wants to get those stacks of intelligence up right now. But Tanger continues to dominate on the mid lane. 46 for 13 at 8 minutes in. Yeah, he's doing pretty well up against the Viper, and Viper's just super far behind. I don't even, like, sometimes you would think about going for a Viper Strike, but OG's going to be very survivable about it. I guess I do like the Arcane Orb build up against the Viper simply because the Astral Imprison won't be doing as much damage to him. You'll be slowed down a lot. There's really not as much reason to go for that kind of build. So I do like the Arcane Orb. Oh, there's a Pudge hook, and it's going to hit on the Disruptor. They've got that one, and will they? No, they give it over to the Pudge because Standard was kept outside of the kinetic field. Retro Wraith thinking about going for another one. He might go over to bottom as... Nope, he's just going to get some levels right now. He would definitely love to get to level 6 so he can have the Dismember up. And OD goes over to bottom. It is going to be scoured out by the Observer Ward. Phoenix has to get back right now. Where's the Astral Imprison going to be? Is he going to get in range? It's very close. Man, look how short that range level 1 Imprison is. I mean, maybe it would have been a better thing to put some levels into that if you want to try to get a gank with that OD. I don't really see you getting too many ganks off when you have to be basically staring them in the face to get the Astral Imprison off. But Hershey High School will take the early lead right now. Viper's pushing a little bit on mid. Has the phase boots there, and Retro Wraith is here at mid as well. There's no vision of this, but now they do see the Pudge there. It's always a little bit worrying when you don't have vision of the Pudge on the map. It can cause your team to play a lot more defensively. We'll start taking a bit of damage from the Fire Spirits, and he's going to take a Sunray to the face. Phoenix is following him down now, and, well, he uses the Rage at the last second. He was really trying to save it. Honestly, though, you're not going to die there. Now we've got a glimpse onto Retro Wraith back over towards the mid lane. There's going to be a stun onto the Slardar. He's got another crush in 3 seconds. They drop down the hammer. IM gets taken down by Outworld Devourer, and they're looking for that, just a little bit short. Bam is invisible. Here comes the sprint from Slardar, looking for the kill on the Genji, or Kenji. In any case, whatever his name is, he is now dead. His reincarnation still on cooldown and basically out of mana. 2 kills on the top lane for Hershey High School, really working with the aggression right now. TP over to bottom, Slardar is here, but I don't think he wants to go onto this too much. He could get a crush off. Lightstealer has an arcane rune. It would be nice if he had mana to cast any of these spells, but other than the Infest, he really doesn't. And they just leave OD alone at mid. He probably is a little bit sad about that. OD probably wants some friends. He's 3-0-1 right now, so it's a little bit hard to have friends when you keep pushing them away like he has all match. We've got a 4-member rotation over to bottom. Phantom puts a little bit of slow on the Lich, and Lich is most likely dead right now. Sunray's going to be coming through. He throws up the Chain Frost. It's going to be hitting around a little bit, but, well, it's a very good at killing off the creep wave. But the Phoenix, I don't know what he thought he was doing. Decided to stand right next to a Naga Siren, so the Chain Frost bounced around a lot. Luckily, no one else from the Radiant was really wanting to go in on this, but there's going to be the hook onto the Naga Siren. Tries to get the song off, and with Pudge not having enough mana for the Dismember, yeah, he's not going to be able to get that off. Now he does. He eats, or he gets a little bit of mana now. He goes over to the side. He's trying to heal up, but the Sunray is doing a ton of damage. And now Rollstar, he's basically out of mana as well. Has an Infest. Can he get into the creep? He's not able to do so. There was a creep right back there, son. He could have gone to that one, but instead he decided to try to get back to his base. I'm definitely very worried about the decision-making of the Lifestealer this match. It just seems like sometimes he's not really thinking about his hero too hard. I think his balance between the Rage, Infest, and Open Wounds is a little bit weird, and his mana management doesn't seem to be too great here. So hopefully he's able to improve on that. But, you know, his team was doing okay. Their OD is actually fantastic right now. There's a hook. Disruptor is going nowhere. Pudge got that one. And, yep, he'll get the kill with the Rot. Yeah, Pudge just smells so bad. And we have 2 heroes over at top as well. There's no one here trying to defend the tower. Maybe the Slardar and OD can take this. There could be an Astral Imprison and a stun right after that. It's just a Phoenix. They should know that from the color of the teleport. If they can get the... No, it's only a level 1 Astral Imprison still. I guess they really don't want to take down the Phoenix all that much. Maybe if he gets really close, but there is going to be a wraparound here from the Viper, and he gets vision. Alright, Viper put into the Astral. Spartar's going to get stunned and most likely killed here. Viper Strike's going to slow down the Spartar a little bit, and the last hit from the Viper is going to be there. He's built up the phase boots, picks up the blade of agility, alacrity. There you go. And he's doing some good damage right now. Not the most difficult thing to take down a Slardar that's been stunned from very long range. I'm very interested to see if we end up seeing a Dragon Lance from Viper. I think that's definitely a great item on him. Could definitely rectify the early game issues that he had. But we'll see if the Dire are able to put some pressure onto this. OD hanging out at mid. There's going to be a disruptor, and at this point the OD is dead. Glimpse is going to be back right back in the mid lane, and well, he does manage to astral himself, but he goes right back into the Static Storm. The stun's going to be there, and Outward Devour, no match for a Viper with double damage. Wraith King is going to be the one who ends up taking the kill. Now Pudge is trying to back up as well. He's got some Ancients there. His one hope is to be able to deny himself somewhere, and he gets it. He just commits suicide with the Rot. They even used the Supernova for it, but Coral Reef come up a little bit short. They're still forcing out the suicide cell and keeping Radiant Heroes off the map. Lots of pushing coming on mid. And we might be seeing a tower go down, especially with the reincarnation going up. I think the Wraith King would definitely be very happy to keep his reincarnation for when he does get up to level 11, but I think they should be completely fine to take this tower. There's a TP coming in from Pudge. See if he gets a hook. He will back onto the Wraith King. His reincarnation is available. He's a little far out though. And Pudge will have another hook in 2 seconds. OD will look for the kill onto the Phoenix, and he will be able to get it. Retro Wraith now, he denies himself, and Wraith King, he didn't have enough mana for his reincarnation. I don't even know if he tread switched there, but well, in any case, it's a pretty big fight on the mid lane for Hershey High School. And Pudge also commits suicide. Seems like he really likes to kill himself. It's kind of unfortunate. But the push goes right back down the mid lane for Hershey High School, and they're putting some pressure on the tier 1 right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Leicester doing pretty good, putting some damage on it. Unfortunately, could not find the last hit. He's got the Infest available. You know what? Maybe Leicester went for an Ogre Club. Are they trying to do the meme strat? Are they trying to do the Lifestealer Aghanim Scepter into Pudge Rot? What is Pudge getting? Some wards. Not sure if this is the strategy just yet, but I think that eventually the Lifestealer could get an Aghanim Scepter, the Pudge gets into the Lifestealer, and they all get into, I mean, maybe even the Slardar. That would be a huge freaking Nake's Bomb. We'd probably like to see them use the Slardar combo a little bit, especially now that he's picked up a Blink Dagger, but maybe that's going to be the strat. You all load up into the Lifestealer, get into another hero or a neutral creep that's magic immune, and you just go around the map memeing and stuff. Would be pretty interesting. Pudge doesn't putting the hook onto the Naga Siren, and I think she's going to die after the dismember. Yes, with the rat especially right next to her, Naga Siren cannot last throughout that. Didn't even feel like going for the song, just because she knew she was going down. Now they come into top looking for a kill. Here's the blink stun. Disruptor in trouble. Pudge is here as well. Kenji trying to do the best he can, but the mana is being stolen by the OD. And Wraith King, he's very stupid. Wraith King, unfortunately, did not have the intelligence to be able to get off the reincarnation. And you know, throughout these prolonged fights, I feel like that's just the counter. You have OD hit Wraith King all the time here, and he's not going to have enough mana to get his ult off. It's going to be a really sucky game for him. That's really unfortunate. He's probably not going to be having too much fun anymore. Yeah, anti-mage is anti-fun, and OD is just no fun for anybody because they're so stupid they can't even play the game. It's unfortunate. Oh, there's a stun on the Phoenix at top. He thought he was going to try to TP away, but that is certainly not going to happen. And now with the tower going the way of Hershey High School, they seem poised to be taking a lot more advantages around the map. Viper
Radiant's
getting
middle
hit a
tower
little
is
bit
under attack.
by these creeps. No, please don't. Please. We're investing into the creep. He's going to go into Zamo. He is raged up right now, and she's going to try to get the song off, but it's not going to be able to get initiated there. Naga Siren goes down for a second time on bottom. Really unfortunate. Okay, Pudge is going to be hasted, and he's glimpsed back towards Ripper. Disruptor says, we don't like your kind around here, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm sure Pudge is a great dude. And Lifesteer isn't going for the memes. He's going for an Echo Saber. I was getting excited for a little bit there, but Lifesteer, he's not as much of a meme star as we thought he was. Going for top. How's the vision here for the Radiant? They do see a little bit. They know that the Disruptor... Oh, okay, there's going to be the glimpse, and where's the hook? Pudge deciding that, you know, it's really not worth it just to go for a Disruptor.
Tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Bottom tower is taking live damage from Hershey. You can take a quick look at the XP and gold. XP at about 10,000 gold. A little bit less in favor of Hershey. Or OD goes forward, goes for the Astral. We'll get it onto the Viper. We've got some more TPs in here. Can they actually take the OD down? They have a song, but they don't seem to want to use it to go for the OD. Would definitely catch him out, but I guess it would allow the Radiant to react, and well, the Dire is still staying here, so they are letting the Radiant react anyway. Here comes a stun on the Viper. They can take him down very quickly. Naga Siren's here as well. OD is going to be silenced. They might be able to take him down, but a nice look away by the Pudge. Now, okay, the OD, he will ask for himself. They have to try to take down this ball, but there's going to be the sleep, and Tander 1, 2, 3. He's going to get smacked around by the ball. Still alive, though. OD is just going to bottle up right now and try to get back into this. Going for Zamo. They will get the Slarter to give vision, and they take down what ends up being 3 on bottom, even with some interesting synergies by Coral Reef. Reef King making his way up. He's still only at 34 intelligence, which is going to be stolen pretty quickly by the OD. He's got his armlet right now, but this game is looking a little bit difficult, especially as Lifesteer is up basically a full medium item over the Wraith King.
Fresh mate.
Roshan being taken by the Radiant side. Should be very quickly, especially, I mean, look how fast this drops with the amplified damage on it.
His bottom tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
There's a smoke here from the Dire, but don't really see this going anywhere. The Disruptor seems to have just randomly used a smoke. He said, hey Naga, I'm going to smoke now, and she thought he was taking a break from the game, but that ended up not being the case. It was an actual smoke.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So they're just kind of going to waste that one. Maybe he puts a ward down or two, or gets back over to mid. Hershey High School still looking for their next move of expansion, trying to take over the Dire side. In a pretty massive merger between the two firms. Viper coming around here. We've also got Kenshi. He's up to an armlet and half of his Echo Saber. They'll just right up here. Maybe they can catch out the Lich and the Vision here. They see everything. They see everything from the Dire side thanks to a well-placed Radiant Observer, and Coral Reef can no longer go onto this at all. They're just really unable to string anything together there. Viper's still trying to farm up right now. It seems very difficult for him. Maybe they could get a pick off, but right now it seems like Coral Reef are really unable to get anything started up against Hershey High School. Hershey are taking a little bit longer to get things together on their part, but they'll have their BKB on the OD right now whenever they choose to decide to buy that. So yeah, we'll just have to see how Hershey High School do here, and I think they might be setting up for a smoke. Or they just put Lifesteer into the Slardar. Now they go for the smoke. I'm going to try to rush up right now. The Lyster should be getting a Desolator pretty soon. So the vision here for the Radiant is not very good of the jungle, but maybe someone gets caught out. It's the OD. He's going to get the Viper Strike right now. Oh, Swardart, you had the perfect stun if you just went for the blink, but they're all around that Astral Imprison. I know he's going to be chasing them down. The hook goes out onto the Nagasaki. Take her down first. The Radiant could be taking the Courier. But Pudge, oh, nice. Nice Supernova to get away from that hook, but Pudge will have another one soon after. Just doesn't want to get stunned out. The Phoenix will be able to probably get away with the Phoenix dive. So, you know, a fight that could have turned out a lot worse for Coral Reef. I mean, when they were right here, you could have had a perfect 5-man stun from the high ground from Swardart, or 4-man stun from Swardart, but you know, I guess he decided that it really wasn't a great idea to go for. I guess if you are up here, you can see pretty easily, but well, they don't go for it. They say, you know what? We want to make it a little bit easier on Coral Reef. We know that we are winning this match pretty hard, so we'll just give them a little bit of a break. A break of that Kit Kat bar. That was terrible. I apologize. Over at mid, Lich is going to go the way of Wraith King and Viper, so they at least managed to take a support off the map, but OD in the area, unable to really find someone that he wants to go in on. Okay, Mantis is low on health, but he's got a good friend inside of him right now. A friend in me, if you will. Lyster now has a Desolator. Let's see if we see the blink initiation. Swire's going to show up on mid. And do the Dire really want to go in on this? Maybe we'll be doing some damage to the tower. There's a TP in from the Disruptor. And he just used a glimpse on OD. Well, that wasn't very effective at all. There's a 3-man stun by the Sparta. They'll take down the Phoenix first. Now they want to look for another one. Lyster is raised up right now, and he's hitting some creeps. Doing great with that. He's really good at hitting those things. There's going to be a triple-man Sonic Static Storm. And Nyx is going to get his Aegis popped. Hook way off the mark. And the OD drops down the hammer in his taking down of the Wraith King. But, you know, he didn't hit him enough with the Arcane Orb. And, well, that is a ton of damage from the OD. Doing a ridiculous amount to the Wraith King to take him down at mid. And the tier 2 tower goes the way, or will go the way, of Hershey High School as they try to make their way towards the Dire base. And here they go. Looks like they're just about ready. Sparta is pretty good to clear out the creeps right now, same with the Lich. And they're just going to go right for this, which could be putting the ice armor on the creeps right now to make them a bit more tanky. But it's really unneeded, and the hook just to the left of Frost Sword. How does he miss that? So the first set of racks of the game, very nearly taken by Hershey High School, but they don't take the melee racks, so it's not a full takeover. But they seem pretty happy right now. No Roshan available still, but it should be pretty easy for them to find other lanes to push. And we'll see Tanja just checking the Roche pit casually right now, making sure that no one's home. When I knock on a door and no one answers, I definitely do that all the time.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But Hershey High School is still pretty far ahead right now, and the XP
Radiant's
shows that
top tower has
by
fallen.
quite a bit. 20,000 in terms of net worth for Hershey over this one. Pushing in bottom. They seem to be ready to go Hurricane Pike on the OD as well as the Black King bar. He is really built up right now, and he's also got one of those Mystic Staff things for even more damage with the Sanity's Eclipse. Rollstar comes in here. He says, I'm not afraid of this tower at all. It might take down half my health, but I'm not afraid of it, and he will end up killing it.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I'm still waiting for when the troll hooks
Radiant's
come
top
in.
tower is under attack.
Pudge. I think the Phoenix is a bit far away, but over at mid, Sparta's going to be chasing down Zamo, who goes into his mirror image. Sparta didn't really know where the real one went, but I think he's pretty sure of where the Naga Siren is right now. He's still just playing with the vision. He misses a stun. Zamo just takes a Frost Blast to the face. So Hershey High School still get a kill. And they only have one outer tower to take down in the top lane. Probably going to want to try to succeed with that before they go for any kind of base push. Or they might go for a base push right now, but I think it would definitely be advisable to get a little bit more extra gold from the camps. If we take a look at the levels right now for the teams, we see OD at level 16. Only the Wraith King is up at 14, and 4 Dire heroes are at the bottom right now, even the mid laner. That's definitely very devastating for the Dire squad. They really wish they could have some more XP, and net worth, Viper, he's pretty low right now. Levels are pretty similar to net worth right now as well. So here we go. Hershey High School seem to be ready. They're going to run right over the Observer Ward, prompting Coral Reef to get back. Or do they actually want to fight this? Hershey High School, they don't have any vision here as well. Making their way towards the base. They might want to take down the melee racks, but they might want to go for other lanes as well. Or probably get a pick off on Slardar. Waiting for when someone decides to defend it, and that's a lot of minus armor. That's a 2-hit from Lifestealer after the initial initiation from the Slardar, and then the Naga even gets stunned by Slardar. There's really no answer to him right now. Pudge probably wants to get in the action with a hook, and he's going to try to go for it, but he splits the uprights. Now the Phoenix is there in the Supernova. Viper's still down for 26 seconds, so the Super's never not going to be up. And here comes the Slardar. What is that? A 3-man stun from him. Stack Storm doing a lot of damage to quite a few heroes from the Radiant side. Some of them even walking in 10 and 1, 2, 3. Not really giving any hoots about that, but he's not going to give any hoots about the health pool of the Phoenix either. Takes that one down pretty quickly, and we'll get another one with the Disruptor. Full set of racks down. Hershey High School running around the base. And I think they might have just put this one out of reach of Coral Reef. Take down the tier 3. Ready to take down another Rax. And they will take down the range first. Now they go for the melee. Rollstar needs a little bit of HP from that creep. Uses the open wounds on it. And they do end up taking down the Rax over at bottom now. Retro Wraith and rest of Hershey High School, they definitely need to, well, if they want to kill that tier 3 tower, they want to, I mean, they're going to have to take down the tier 2 at top before they can go for a tier 3, but Roshan has respawned, and Hershey High School, they could just go straight for the tier 4s and try to end the game as well. So the second Roshan of the game goes the way of Hershey High School. Lifestealer picks up the Aegis. We've got the Scythe of Vice on OD, and I think Hershey High School might be aiming to try to end this one. They go up towards the Dire base, who have the vision advantage right now, but I'm not even sure if Hershey High School care about this. Maybe they just go for the top tower, but they can definitely end the game right now.
Arms for the dead.
Gaming Mantis looking for the gank, but he decides to step right underneath a Dire Observer. So again, these Observers really saving some of the Coral Reef lives this game, and making it a lot harder for Hershey High School to push in. Viper's making his way to a Shadow Blade. Very interesting kind of idea from him. I guess a little bit more damage and attack speed couldn't hurt. And maybe some survivability if Hershey High School don't have detection. They actually might not be ready for the Viper. But they're going to try to push this in. Slardar's getting a little bit far up. He's got the Lifestealer inside. He's going to get glimpsed, and he's just going to go for the tower a little bit. But the glimpse is now down. They could go right for the Disruptor if they want to. Retro Wraith. Oh, no, that's going to be the... Yeah, it takes really little to try to take down a disruptor in this match. It's really not difficult at all. And Hershey High School, they seem poised to go for the last high ground push of the game right now.
Dire's top tower is
The
under
last
attack.
tier 3 tower in the balance. Rage going to get used. Here comes a hook. Not really close at all. Sword Art moves forward. Really daring anyone to
Dire's
come and
top
try to
barracks
fight
are
him.
under attack.
But Retro Wraith, they want to go for the Megas. And he's looking for the hook, and he gets it onto the Naga. Not even going to get a chance to get the song off. And with the disrupt, with the
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
whatever, with the dismember, Pudge able to get a couple more kills here. And Kenji's in a ton of trouble. Doesn't get enough mana stolen from him by the OD, who does get stunned up right now. Maybe they get a nice tag storm. And OD still, BKB's down for 55 seconds. OD does end up going down and does have buyback available. Retro Wraith goes forward, gets a dismember on the Phoenix. Phoenix in a ton of trouble. So is the disruptor. Hook is going to put the Phoenix right back in towards that circle. And, you know, Hershey, they're just going to keep going for kills as the game goes on. Couple buybacks here, but exactly what can Core Reef decide to do against all of these megas that are impending to the base? Pudge does get glimpsed a little bit, but he's completely fine for the time being. And he's got another hook as well. If it gets the net, they probably want to try to save him, but the Radiant, they're going to just watch their Pudge die. They say, you know what? It's not worth it. We're just a carry and a support, and we really don't feel like doing this for you. Alright, Phantom is going to pay for going onto the Witch this game. And, well, Rollstar's Rage does end up failing, and he just tries to run away from Core Reef, and it will be another stun from the Wraith King. Maybe he tries to turn and fight, but it's just way too much damage coming in for him, and I believe that Lifestealer is going to be your next one to die. He does have the Aegis though, so they want to try to take him down. He's got the Rage in 1, and uses the Abyssal on the Wraith King and tries to get away. He goes into the Swider, goes in Biz, and he's going to get the stun off on the 2. They take down the Viper immediately, or do they, because he's got the Shadow Blade there. Viper's actually gotten away, but the Wraith King has not. And these tier 4 towers are going right down to the Megas. Naga Siren
Dire's middle tower
not even
is
able to
under
get
attack.
up to the Radiants, just at a Manta style right now. And I think that this game is going to be ended by the creeps. I don't think the Radiant can even get to the base fast enough. But game number 1 will end up belonging to Hershey High School as they take the game 1 win over Core Reef.
Victory. Dire's structures are fortified.
So with that, we are going to end that game number 1, and we'll try to get into game number 2 as fast as possible so we can get to our second series of the night. So I'm going to step out real quick and try to set up the next lobby as we move on in our High School Star League Dota 2 fall season action. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, cheers. We'll be right back.